Dishaster. Yeah, that's not a typo. The fucking game is called Dishaster. Was released for the Atari 2600 in 1983 by Zymag, the same company that brought other stupid titles such as I Want My Mommy and Tanks But No Tanks. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised when we end up with this shit. So in the game, you control a girl who is trying to balance spinning plates on poles, much like the circus act. It sounds ridiculous, but sometimes a ridiculous premise still can equal a fun game, depending on the execution. You move back and forth across the room, and hold the fire button down under a pole, correcting the balance of the plate up top. If one of them falls to the ground, you can still run under it and catch it. If it hits the ground, you lose a life, and you start off with 4, earning an extra life every 10,000 points. What you see is what you get. This is the only screen in the game, and the difficulty doesn't increase as the game goes on. At least, not exactly. There are 4 variations, one with 6 plates, one with 8, one with 10, and another with 10, but the plates lose balance faster. You'll start out with 1 to 3 plates, depending on the variation, and more plates will be added to the poles as it goes on. But it doesn't take long for all the plates to show up, and then the game doesn't change from there. And that's the biggest problem with this game. It's quite redundant, and doesn't take too long to get old at all. There's just not enough bite behind the game, and what's most telling about that is the objective is to keep plates balanced and prevent them from dropping, but it's more fun to actually let them drop and then run back and forth to catch it. It defeats the whole purpose. The functionality of the game is fine, the controls are fluid enough, the graphics, as plain as they are, at least are distinct enough so you can easily tell how bad the plates are wobbling, but the gameplay is just fucking boring. It might be a decent game for youngsters. The mechanics actually remind me a lot of Big Bird's Egg Catch, but there's less variety in Dishaster, because the poles all have the same pattern, and the difficulty, while adjustable, never increases mid-game. And that music is just as repetitive as the game itself, although it does play at a faster tempo the higher you increase the difficulty. I'm so tempted to say this game is a Dishaster, but that's too predictable. Plus it actually is playable. Barely, but playable.
Her head, it landed in the sink with all the dirt